future.
That is daunting. Florida Congressman Greg Steube sits on the House Ways and Means Committee, House Subcommittee on Weaponization of Federal Government. He's also an Army veteran. We thank you so much for your service today and every day. And he joins us now. Congressman, good morning to you. So what do you think about that warning coming from a member of the Biden administration? Do you think it's sound advice?
Well, I think it's certainly telling that you have a Democrat in the Biden administration telling us that our nuclear arsenal needs to be beefed up. We as Republicans have been saying that for quite some time. You know, it seems like it's kind of a complete waste of time for the Chinese president to meet with Biden when in 2 months he's not going to be there anymore. And you're going to have a very different policy, a very strong America First policy out of the White House, the Secretary of Defense, out of all of our national security partners. We're going to be putting America first and not China first like the Biden administration did. So I don't really know what the purpose of their meeting was other than two old friends. We know that the Chinese Communist Party has given millions of dollars to the Biden family. So maybe that was, you know, a last say goodbye to each other before they left. But you're going to have a very different White House. You're going to have a very different leadership in the White House. You're going to have a very different defense and intelligence apparatus that is going to be putting America first and not China first. And you're going to see that very quickly.
Yeah, this realization that the White House apparently has 2 months before they leave, less than 2 months, that, oh my God, we need to increase our nuclear presence is shocking. Where were you the last 3 years and 10 months? But you mentioned Donald Trump, of course, coming in. He's expected to completely eliminate dependence on China in all critical areas, apply high tariffs on all Chinese exports, confront the nation on intellectual property theft, currency manipulation, economic espionage, and, of course, protect American workers while reducing the United States' large bilateral trade deficit. Congressman, how scared is China that their Belt and Road Initiative, that really is a code for we want to take over the world, is about to hit a brick wall in Donald J. Trump?
Yeah, not only that, it's the other point that you brought up on tariffs. If he institutes tariffs like President Trump is very willing to do to bring us back to an America First agenda, to bring back manufacturing to the United States and not have manufacturing being offshored, that goes right to the bottom dollar of the Chinese Communist Party. They're more concerned about that, I think, than anything else. And Donald Trump knows that he can use tariffs as a negotiating tool to get other things that we need and focus back on putting America first. You're going to see a completely different White House under the leadership of President Trump. President Biden was a guy who let a Chinese Communist Party balloon traverse over the entire United States. That type of activity is not going to happen under a Donald Trump White House.
Okay, so Congressman, bringing this conversation closer to home, your home state of Florida is suing FEMA for alleged Trump supporter discrimination after it was revealed an official from the agency told workers to avoid homes with Trump, and she says that this is not an isolated incident. Listen to this.
This was the culture. They were already avoiding these homes based on community trends from hostile political encounters. It has nothing to do with the campaign sign. It just so happened to be part of the community trend. What's reprehensible is they're not being transparent. Why is this coming down on me? I am the person that jotted down the notes from my superiors.
So now Florida's Attorney General Ashley Moody said, quote, I'm taking swift legal action to find out how far this political discrimination reaches and to make sure all Americans who fall victim to devastating storms are served, regardless of their political affiliation. It's unacceptable for the federal government to discriminate against Floridians who voted for Trump, and especially egregious in the aftermath of a hurricane. What do you think about this whole situation and where it's going?
Well, it's egregious and appalling that you have a federal agency that even FEMA has been weaponized. You know, we've all talked about the DOJ and the intelligence apparatus of our country under Biden-Harris being weaponized against conservatives. Now you're even seeing it in disaster relief. And it's so apparent where they're getting directives and they're getting told from Washington, D.C., how to avoid Caucasian males, how to avoid Trump supporters, how to avoid conservatives. And this is disaster relief. My district got 3 hurricanes in 3 months. And the majority of my district is conservative, and you're avoiding my district and the people that I represent all because of their political beliefs. So I'm very happy that Ashley Moody's filing a lawsuit on behalf of the state to go after what FEMA's doing. The FEMA director will be in Washington on Tuesday to try to explain to the Oversight Committee as to why they're discriminating against Americans based on their political belief. And I have told them they need to bring Ms. Williams in. We need to depose her, put her under oath, and find out all of the people in the chain of command that we're doing that. And once we have that information, all those people should be held civilly and criminally liable if there's a criminal case we can bring,
You have to
and get them out of the agency.
Every single one of those steps, and I'm sure that you will. Congressman Steube, thank you so much for joining us.